Adding and subtracting with function notation is pretty simple. You're just doing function notation of one function and then completing it for another function, and then you're either adding them or subtracting them. So for number 7, f of -4 plus g of -2, we have to first evaluate f of -4. So our step 1 is to find f of -4, and we'll do that by looking at the function f of x. So for f of -4, that means that I'm going to plug in -4 for x. So that would look like -4 squared plus 3. Now -4 is -4 squared is -4 times -4, and that is a positive 16. And when I add 3 to that, we get 19. So f of -4 is 19. Now in step 2, we need to find g of -2. So for g of x, I'm going to plug in -2 for x. So 3 times -2 plus 1. 3 times -2 is -6, plus 1 is -5. So g of -2 is -5. And then our final step is to add them together. So I'm going to add 19 plus -5. Now that's really the same thing as subtraction. So 19 minus 5 gives us a final output of 14. In number 8, the same process applies. Step 1 is to find g of 7. So notice the functions are in a different order this time. We're finding g of something first. So g of 7 means I'm going to plug in 7 for x. So that's 3 times 7 plus 1. Now 3 times 7 is 21, and 21 plus 1 is 22. So g of 7 is 22. Now we need to find f of 0. F of 0 means I'm looking at f of x, and I'm plugging in 0 for x. So that would be 0 squared plus 3. 0 squared is 0 times 0, which is 0, plus 3 gives us 3. So f of 0 is 3. Now our final step here is to subtract. G of 7, which is 22, minus f of 0, which is 3. And when we subtract those, we get 19. So that's our final output for this function notation.